to help me work to get into high school. It's time, he said. We had a few meetings, and at the time, honestly, I had no idea how this was going to work. I kept saying to him and myself, is this really going to happen? Is this really a possibility? How are we going to get this done? And we got it done. He was there every step of the way. Congressman Magaziner, thank you for believing in Central Falls, for believing in me, and helping us pass the 2 bills to get here today. I appreciate you. Thank you. And congratulations on the arrival of your new baby. We had so many leaders and champions who helped make this moment possible. Thank you, Governor McKee, Commissioner Infante Green, who is not here, but we have the deputy, Speaker Chikarchi, President Ruggiero, for your leadership, and the entire team at RIDE for your support getting here. And we wouldn't be here without Mario Carino and Dr. De Silva. Thank you so much. A huge thank you to our Central Falls delegation, who were such advocates for the enabling legislation that made this project bond funding possible. Senator Acosta, Representative Giraldo, Representative Alzate, Representative Bowes, and of course, thank you to the entire General Assembly for your full support that passed this legislation. I also want to thank our own Treasurer Diosa, our former mayor, who I know cares so deeply about our community, our families and students. You had the brilliant idea to consider this new site for this school. I know how hard you worked in office in Central Falls and now for our state, for this community. Thank you for your continued support and to help us make this possible. Superintendent Downey Toledo, Principal McCarthy, and our entire school district leadership team. You have been such advocates for our students and teachers, and I know how hard you are work. Thank you. And of course, our school faculty, staff and students, thank you for using your voices to help us dream up and design this beautiful new space alongside our school building committee. Thank you for your vision. To our school building committee, thank you for your hard work and commitment that made this important planning process and now execution so impactful. Thank you to our entire city council. We have a few members of the city council here. Thank you so much for being here and for your support, who I know have been longtime supporters of the needs of our schools and the vision for a beautiful new high school for our community. I also want to thank Chairman Bramson and our entire Central Falls School District Board of Trustees who work hard to empower and support the needs of our district and schools. Thank you so much to the Board of Trustees, and I know that we have a few of the older Board of Trustees members who had a lot to do with this too. I know we have Sanya here, we have Ana Carlos Morales, so thank you. I'm not sure if we have Stephanie, but thank you so much for all your work. Thank you to the Rhode Island Health and Educational Building Corporation. I told you to bear with me, right? There's a lot of things, thank yous. There was a lot of people. It took a lot of people for us to get here today. Executive Director Dylan Salasso, Chair Chanabi, and the entire Board of Directors. You made such critical bond funding for this project happen. We wouldn't be breaking ground today if it wasn't for you. And a huge thank you to Ellen Cornell and the whole legal council. I want to recognize the Director Terry Gray and his team. While he could not be here today, this project has benefited greatly from his counsel and support. Mike Sabatoni and all of our supporting labor union leaders and members, thank you for helping us advocate for this project and your continued support. And thank you to Building Futures, who will provide amazing hands-on student programming here. Thank you to Sam Bradner, who couldn't be here with us today, and his hardworking project management team, Eric and Erica at Parent Green Group, our architect, AI3 Architects, and our general contractor, Brave Builders. You are putting lots of brain power and coordination into this new, beautiful building. And I already told them I'm going to be spending a lot of time here while they construction, so they gave me a hard hat. And of course, to my team at City Hall, who stuck with by me through every road bump and small victory we experienced getting to today. Solicitor Matt Jersey, our Finance Director Mary Signer, Planning Director Jim Vandermillen, Education Strategist Sarah Friedman. You have all worked so hard planning this new high school through so many stages, and I appreciate you. To our Parks and Recreation Director, Beto Rivas and team, you've been so helpful and accommodating to ensure all of our youth and athletic teams have other spaces to enjoy during this project's construction. For those of you who don't know, we had a basketball court here that was used every summer in the nights. This is where the teams were playing, they were organized, and it was a tough decision for us to get rid of that basketball court, so we had to do a lot of we had to move some things around to make sure that they can continue playing basketball until we can rebuild the other basketball court here. A special thank you to my Deputy Chief of Staff, Lauren Quintero, and a proud Central Falls High School grad who now gets to support this work from the other side, including coordinating this great event today. Where's Lauren? I also acknowledge a few elected officials that we have. Hi, Dr. Peggy. Senator Reed, thank you so much for being here today. Secretary Amori, thank you so much for being here today. You're going to hear from the other elected officials in a little bit. I'm amazed by the power of community, and today proves it. The smallest city in Rhode Island, where our state and community truly rallied together for our kids, making it a $108 million investment happen. This shows that anything is possible when we work together, and I hope that we can all continue working together. I graduated from Central Falls High School in 1995, and I remember back then, almost 30 years ago, or over 30 years ago, the building was already deteriorating. Fast forward, a couple of decades later, when I was sworn into the city council, I remember sitting in the auditorium, the breeze was falling from the city. That's then when I knew, like, this is completely unacceptable. We need to do whatever we have to do to make sure that these students have a new building. I'm focused on the education of our students because I want to see Central Falls continue progressing. When we focus on the success of our students, our future leaders, our future workforce, our future business owners, we see positive growth in our community. And I think this is a testament of the positive growth of the city of Central Falls. I hope this new high school will give our students a strong sense of pride and purpose. Walking into a building supported by all of you here today, knowing we are not only believe in them, but chose to invest in them. They have the state-of-the-art equipment, classrooms, amazing CTE opportunities, and so much more. Though no, most importantly, that they are supported, and they deserve the amazing new building they'll be in every single day. It's no secret that fixing school buildings improves health and student learning, while also creating jobs. Research has proven this. It sends a powerful message to our students that they matter. The modern high school will empower them and give our teachers and school community a better facility to support their important work. This is a huge step forward for education in our city. Thank you so much to all of you for being here to celebrate such a historic milestone for the city of Central Falls. It's now my pleasure to introduce our governor of the state, Governor Dan McKee.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much for your leadership. Give it up for Mayor Rivera. Yeah, what a great celebration it is to be here in Central Falls. You know, living in Cumberland, you know, Central Falls is our neighbor. You know, we're close in Blackstone Valley is a really important place too for us in the state of Rhode Island. You know, we got new school buildings being built in Pawtucket right now, right? Making sure that this investment we're making that pays dividends for decades to come, and that's what the case is here right now. A new location, this spot is where we begin to usher in a new generation of learning for the city and for the families and the students that live here. I want to just really recognize our state leadership here, the treasurer. I know that this is near and dear to your heart, and you know, and I've had these conversations with you for a decade or more about how important education is. So, Mayor, former Mayor, and now General Treasurer, thank you, Secretary Maury, right, and our reps and senators are here. Senator Reed, we really do rely on you an awful lot these days. We've been at a few events today together too. So, but you know, we don't get here. I can tell you that with honesty. We're not here without our congressional delegation led by Senator Reed, of course with Seth Magazine. I know that Seth, as a treasurer, was you know, really front and center on these issues that have to do with school bonds, and we are doing the work. And I put another one on. And then these funds actually are separate and apart from the school bonds that we passed. So we are really making tremendous amount of investments, I think historical investments in education. Not only with our resources and our funding, but also in terms of the human capital that is actually embracing the thought that we will be the very best in the country by 2030. We will meet or exceed Massachusetts levels on reading and math by 2030, and this is how it happens. Partnerships with the communities, municipal leaders, school leaders, it all makes sense to be doing this. You know, the new Central High School will replace a 100-year-old building. 100-year-old building. That is way too long. Way too long. And actually, I played basketball in the gym that was in the basement. I did some refereeing in the gym that was in the basement, the old gym, way back when I was in college, actually. So, but anyways, it's incredibly important to have the advocates that have actually worked day and night on this effort to support this new high school. They've approved the bond issuance for this school and clearly stated they want investment in education. And I believe that that's the central point in the strength of any community, is the outcomes in our schools and the way that we invest in the young people that live in our cities and towns, and right here in Central Falls is a testament to that. I want to just say that the idea in our administration as governor with Learn 365 RI, this is meaning that learning matters every single day. In every home, every day, learning matters. What a great concept. And culturally, that will change the landscape of our economy in the state of Rhode Island long term. And to be here today to witness this groundbreaking is just tremendous. We are investing our dollars in the state of Rhode Island, whether they're state dollars or federal dollars. We're investing them in projects that put people to work in good paying jobs. Where's Mike? Mike Sabatone is hanging around here somewhere. So we're keeping that pledge, Mike, that we're putting people to work in good paying jobs. Because not only do we have the idea that we're going to accelerate education in the state of Rhode Island to levels that we've never seen before, we're going to raise incomes and we're going to raise personal wealth in this state. And I said that in my State of the State address, and now we just came out with a little bit of a template about how we're going to make that happen. Education is a cornerstone of that template to raise incomes and personal wealth in the state. So I want to just say we're making strides right now on the RICAS scores. We know that they're very important to us. And I want to give a shout out to RIDE and everybody that's here at RIDE. There's many, many people that are here, along with our Commissioner Fonte Green, for their work and their dedication to this issue. So I'm excited for this high school to break ground. I am looking forward to joining you all again when we can welcome students and teachers and staff inside this wonderful building. Mayor, you look like very excited, and you should be. And let's give another round of applause for the mayor and everybody that's in the city that has made this happen. And I'll give the microphone back to you. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor. Yes, I'm overwhelmingly excited por todos estos niños que están aquí, todos estos estudiantes que están aquí, porque esto se trata de ustedes. It's now my honor to introduce our U.S. Senator, Senator Jack Reed, who has been such an amazing supporter to the city of Central Falls.
Thank you very much, Mayor, not only for your kind words, but for your extraordinary leadership. Today is the day of hope and celebration in Central Falls. Hoy es un día de esperanza y celebración, y tengo mucho gusto de estar aquí. And I learned that in school. I'm not going to press my luck. America is about opportunity. And what is the engine of opportunity in our country? It's public education. That's what gives young men and women the skills to succeed. That's what we're all about. But you can't do that in 100-year-old buildings. You can't do it when you don't have the modern facilities that will teach you about cyberspace, that will teach you about new engineering techniques. This is actually a critical part of our infrastructure. Good schools. And I want to commend the governor, the mayor, my colleague Seth Magaziner, who not only is a great congressman, but he was a firm treasurer, James Diosa, el alcalde pasado, see? And of course, Secretary of State Gregor Moore, and all of the local political leaders. But more importantly, the community. This was an effort by everyone in Central Falls to give this generation and the next generation a chance in the race of life. That it's fair. They have the opportunity. And we have to do more to help, and we will. But this is a great day, and I salute you all. All I can say is, buena suerte.
Thank you, Senator. And before we go on, where are all of the Central Falls warriors? There's a lot of warriors here. Thank you so much, because I know you work so hard, whether you're on the board, whether you work in the city of Central Falls, whether you work in the district. I know how hard you work for the students of this community, so thank you. Now, it's my honor to introduce Congressman Seth Magaziner, who was such a key player in making sure we got here today.
Well, thank you all very much. Technically, I'm on paternity leave. I'm not supposed to be here. I have a 1-week-old baby at home. But I was not going to miss this event because when I look back to the 8 years I spent as state treasurer, this is one of the things I'm most proud of being a part of. Every child deserves to go to a school that is warm and safe and dry and equipped for 21st century learning. And we know from the data that students that go to high quality school buildings are likely to have higher reading levels, better test scores, better attendance, and better outcomes. And that is why this is so important. Every child deserves to go to a great school. And the thing that I am proudest of in the time that I spent in my previous job as treasurer, Governor Raimondo recognized that we had school buildings that were crumbling all across the state of Rhode Island. She put together a task force to figure out what to do about it and asked me to lead it. And we embarked on a once-in-a-generation, truly aspirational plan to restore and replace school buildings all across the state of Rhode Island. As I look around today, many of you were a part of it. We made a multi-billion-dollar plan that has been working. And we have new schools that have been built or are being built all over in East Providence and Newport, 2 new high schools coming up in Warwick, elementary schools in Cranston and Johnston, and the impact has really been incredible. But even after we passed that, we realized that there was a piece of unfinished business, and that the plan that we passed did not work for Central Falls because of some of the unique financial situations that this town has and the size of Central Falls as well. And Leanne Byrne is here with her new boss, Gregor Moore. She will tell you that it nagged on me for like years that we had come up with this great plan for school construction, but it didn't work for Central Falls. And a lot of people talk about the challenges that Central Falls has, but there are many great things in this community, and one of the things that is truly unique and great about Central Falls is that it has benefited from really high-quality leadership over the last decade. James Diosa. Under James's watch, the financial condition of Central Falls improved dramatically. We worked together on a fix for the pension plan, which was part of that. But from his whole tenure as mayor, the financial situation improved dramatically, and that laid the groundwork for this to be possible. And then when Mayor Rivera came in, as she noted, we talked early. We came up with a plan for how to make the financing for this work. And she was brand new as mayor. She'd only been in a couple of months, and a lot of people would have said, oh, I need to get comfortable first. I need to kind of get my feet wet first before I take on something so big. But she understood the urgency of the moment and the importance of delivering for students right away. And so she dove right in, and we scrambled that first year. I remember it was complicated, and I won't bore you all with the details, but I had promised my wife, Julia, because our first child was on the way, that we would go on vacation, a baby moon, before our first child came. And I remember vividly sitting in our hotel room on a conference call from Hawaii on the phone with bond lawyers and with the mayor and her team and the financial advisors and Rybeck, trying to figure out how we were going to make this all work. We came up with a plan. We went to the General Assembly. You know, the Senate with Senator Cano and Senator Acosta were on it. Speaker Shekarchi, who's a dear friend, he said, I remember, he said, you're late, because it was like 2 weeks before the end of the session. He said, you're bringing me this plan and it's late, you're late. But he passed it. It was the second to last bill that passed that session. The Governor McKee, who's a great champion for education, signed it. And we were able to get it done. And it was teamwork, as the mayor said. And I'm very proud of that, but I'm particularly proud of these students, because that is why we are here. We are here because we believe in all of you. We want you to do well. We know you can do well, and we know that you deserve the very best. So thank you all for being here. It's a true honor. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. Go Warriors.
Thank you, Congressman. Definitely teamwork. We weren't able to do this work alone, so it took a lot of people, but we're here, which is super important. Now I have the honor of introducing Treasurer Diosa, which I'm sure everybody here knows, and thank him for the work and the support and for opening the door and moving Central Falls forward and making it easier for me when I came into office. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. But today, I'm going to take my former mayor hat off and now treasurer hat off and say that as a proud warrior of the class of 2003, I couldn't be more proud of this opportunity presented to you before us today in having a new high school. You know, we were always the butt of jokes. You know, our friends in Pawtucket would talk nonsense about Central Falls, but here we are. We made huge strides. I want to thank Seth Magaziner because he's always been a huge friend to Central Falls, the governor. But more importantly, I know we got to celebrate the students, the Warriors, but we need to celebrate our mayor here because she's the one that brought this over the finish line, was focused, got everyone together and got this done. So Mayor, big round of applause for her. And I always said that in small communities like Central Falls, you know, these types of projects are economic development. Why? Because it puts people to work, but it also inspires a whole generation to not only learn, but to become creative, get a professional degree in college or in a trade, and come back into the community to help it grow. So this is going to have so many effects on the community that I can't describe, but more importantly, I can't wait to see what Central Falls is going to look like in 10 years. With the train station, with all the activity between the two communities and now our new high school, I think the sky's the limit. So go Warriors!
Thank you. I have a little joke. Speaker Shekarchi, I hunted him down so much that he would hide from me. He would see me at events, and I swear he would turn his face to not make eye contact with me because I was on him. We need to get this done. We need to get this done, and I'm sure our legislative members were also the Senate President and the Speaker to make sure we got this done. So thank you. I also want to say hi to all of the coaches we have here today. Thank you so much for being here. Now it's my honor to introduce Senator Jonathan Acosta, who has a loud voice in the Senate and advocates tremendously for the city of Central Falls.
Sabali is a West African term that means patience or perseverance. And I can think of no better words to describe the people of Central Falls. In my professional life, I've been doing a lot of research on post-industrial cities. And one of the things that I've been learning more and more about CF is that it has always been a city of immigrants. And that people have always looked down on this community, regardless of who those immigrants were. But those immigrants were always contributing to not just their city, but to their state and to the broader nation. So 100 years ago, it might have been Polish people, French Canadians, Syrians, the Portuguese, Irish and Scottish folks who were here, who built what would become American industrialism. But then their kids and grandkids would build the Rhode Island middle class and move on to the suburbs and towns that surround us. So that when the next wave came in 1965, and it was Colombians and Cape Verdeans and Salvadorans and Mexicans and Guatemalans, they would have an opportunity to also contribute. Because those people saved this city from post-industrial decline. Those people filled empty houses. They opened businesses in empty storefronts. And all that they wanted was for the children to have a shot at the American dream. But by the time they got here, they found school buildings that were starting to fall apart. Curricula that wasn't adapted or responsive to the needs of their students. But they were patient and they persevered so that their children, people like Ana Cana Morales and Patricia Martinez, who continues to work for the district, would push to get us to the place that we are today. Not so long ago, right during the pandemic, the parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles of the children in this community were the ones that were keeping our state going, that were keeping our country going. When so many of us who have white-collar, middle-class jobs were able to work from home, it was those folks that allowed you to be able to get Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, that were working at grocery stores so that you could have food, that were working as CNAs to take care of your grandparents and other seniors in assisted living facilities. And all that they wanted was for their kids to have an opportunity to go to a school, to be able to get an education, and to pursue the American dream. Today, we celebrate a huge step in that direction. Because right where we are standing, we have the potential to develop the next Viola Davis, the next Treasurer Diosa, the next Mayor Rivera, and the next Dr. David Upegui. So today, we celebrate and we remember that the work is not over. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Now it's my honor to introduce Representative Joshua Giraldo, who worked really hard with this too.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am joined today by my youngest, Isabella. Just want to say thank you for coming out on this momentous day. Today is not just a groundbreaking. It's a it's a celebration of the progress that we've made in Central Falls in the past decade or more. As a proud Central Falls High School graduate, class of 2004, I stand here filled with memories. I played on this soccer field, whether it was with the Central Falls Youth Soccer Association, or when I was a kid living over on Watson Street, and I'd walk down and just spend hours and hours on this field that you see right here. Now, actually, this field was recently renovated. It didn't always look like that. It was more of a dust pit, but it really makes me happy to see what's happening here today. And it makes me excited to know that we're about to build a new symbol of learning on this field. I learned about teamwork, I learned about perseverance, I learned about community, and so it's really fitting that such a place will be the site of a new high school. In closing, I just want to say thank you to everyone who made this possible. As you have heard, there are lots and lots of people to thank, lots of people that put time and energy and effort into making this project a reality. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, especially the mayor. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Representative. Now it's my honor to introduce our Superintendent Stephanie Downey Toledo, who has worked really hard to make sure we got here today, being a superintendent and also taking part in the Building School Committee.
Wow, how exciting to be here today with so many people who have made building this new high school possible for our students. Today marks such a significant moment in our community's journey towards providing quality education for all. We gather with excitement and anticipation as we break ground on a new high school, a beacon of hope and opportunity for our deserving students. And as has been said, this project is a testament to the power of collaboration and commitment. It embodies the collective vision of educators, community leaders, and passionate individuals who believe in the transformative power of education. Governor McKee and all of our elected officials, thank you for making this possible. Commissioner Infante Green, though she can't be here, has been a champion advocating for this high school her entire tenure as commissioner. Thank you to her for always supporting the students of Central Falls, and I want to thank both deputy commissioners, Mario, Christopher, Dr. De Silva, Mike. You have offered endless advocacy and partnership, and we are so very grateful. Thank you to Senator Acosta and Representative Giraldo especially for how you have been side by side with the district through not just the high school, but anything the district has ever needed. And thank you, Mayor Rivera, and to your whole team, especially Matt Jerzik, who is alongside me in multiple meetings weekly about making this high school happen. As you've heard, this project has been many years in the making. So while our current team has invested hundreds of hours to advocate and dream and design this school with students and teachers, we also want to thank those who started the work even before many of today's leaders were in our current roles. Thank you to former Mayor Diosa, now Treasurer Diosa. Thank you to my predecessor, Victor Capellan, who let me know 6 years ago when I joined the team that this high school was a top priority. Thank you to 3 Board of Trustees chairs who have contributed to making today possible: Ana Cano Morales, Stephanie Gonzalez, and current chair Andrew Bramson, along with former Vice Chair Sonia Grace, and every current and former member of the Central Falls School District Board of Trustees. And to Team CFSD, thank you, Deputy Superintendent Ann Lynch, Director Rory Marty, Principal McCarthy, who have put their minds and hearts to work on this project every day for over 5 years now. And to the members of Team CFSD who are in our classrooms every day, thank you. Thank you to our teachers and students. While we would have loved to have every teacher here, since it was still the school day when we started, I want to just shout out the fact that Principal McCarthy made sure there was coverage for all of our current Central Falls High School teachers who are alumni to be here today. We are surrounded by incredible Central Falls High School alumni who are leading in our classrooms, leading in our city, and leading the state of Rhode Island. Go Warriors! As we break ground today, let us remember the responsibility that comes with this undertaking. Let us remain steadfast in our commitment to providing a world-class education to every student who walks through the doors. Beyond the bricks and mortar, this school represents a promise to our students that no dream is too big and no obstacle too great. It is a promise to this community that we will invest in our future, nurturing the next generation of thinkers, doers, and leaders. Together, we are shaping the future, one brick, one lesson, and one dream at a time. So thank you for being part of this journey, and may this new high school serve as a beacon and hope of opportunity for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent. It's now my honor to introduce Deputy Commissioner Kelvin Roland.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Governor, great to see you. Senator, Congressman, Treasurer, Secretary Morris, great to see you also. Great to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to join you this afternoon. Commissioner Infante-Green, who calls Central Falls home, actually, wanted to be here, but today was unable due to a prior commitment. On her behalf, I congratulate the students, the families, and staff of Central Falls who will be able to thrive in their brand new school. At RIDE, we believe that the condition of the spaces that our students learn in really do matter. We've worked hand in hand with school leaders from across the state to build more modern, welcoming schools that inspire students to succeed and empower them to reach their highest potential. Since the moratorium on school construction was lifted, we have tracked the construction of some 50 new schools across the state of Rhode Island. In proportion, that is the equivalent of 1,300 schools in California. If you're wondering who came up with that, that's Mario Carreño. He comes up with all sorts of stuff. We have worked collaboratively with districts to rethink how funding should be invested and prioritized with a firm commitment to equity. That's why we're strong advocates for the state legislation that made this high school project possible. Beyond that, utilizing our equity decision-making tool, we reimagine how to leverage funds to make greater impact in communities like Central Falls. In fiscal year 22, we launched the Facility Equity Initiative. This program made funds available to make improvements in communities that enroll most of the state's free and reduced lunch student population, multilingual learners, and differently able students. These resources have allowed LEAs to fund projects that otherwise would not advance or would rely on issuing high-interest bonds. Calcutt Middle School's transformation, for example, including new science labs, 21st century tools like smart boards, and new furniture were supported with this initiative. We announced the second round, which made another $30 million available right here in Central Falls. We also know that the pandemic had a huge impact in communities like Central Falls. So RIDE has supported the district on a variety of academic efforts, which I work very closely with your superintendent, including the LEAP District Support Program, which was designed to help communities disproportionately impacted by COVID. RIDE made a pool of more than $20 million available for participating districts, a program which we announced with our dear governor, to invest in programs that would accelerate student learning and has provided specialized supports. We are proud to be partners in the hard work that is happening to build stronger schools here in the comeback city, and we are committed to better serving this entire community. Again, congratulations to Central Falls on this momentous occasion, and to the students and families that will enjoy this amazing facility for many, many, many years to come. Go Warriors!
Thank you, Deputy. And now to my favorite part, my favorite speaker. I'm going to introduce you on 9th grader Sofia Roca, the reason why we're all here.
Good afternoon. My name is Sofia Roca. I'm currently in 9th grade at Central Falls High School. I'm here to express how happy, excited, and thankful I am that we are finally getting a new school where I will be graduating in 2027. I feel that a new school building is needed and well deserved for all students in Central Falls. We spend so much time in school, and for some of us, the building feels like our home. Many of our teachers and staff have worked in the same building year after year, a building that has paint peeling off the walls and holes in the floor and ceiling. The old school building feels like it's falling apart with each passing day. It's only right that we are finally be able to experience a new building that will engage and motivate students, teachers, and staff every day. I never imagined that I'll be able to see a brand new high school on behalf of all current and future Central Falls Warriors. Thank you to everyone who made this happen for us.
And now my other favorite speaker, Dr. David Upeghi, who has been so instrumental in the life of so many students in the city of Central Falls. I don't know where these students would be without the support that they received and the guidance that they received from you because of the amount of time you spend with them, how much you believe in them, how much you keep pushing them. So thank you for all of the work that you've done for this community. We appreciate you.
All right, I'll keep it nice and short. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm often caught saying that the students of Central Falls are the most important and significant natural resource in the state of Rhode Island. And for those of you that don't know the pleasure and honor it is to stand in front of them and see their brilliance, you're missing out on just an amazing phenomenon. With that said, Central Falls High School is so much more than just a building. Yes, we definitely need a building, and I'm glad this is happening, but it's a haven where students can flourish and prepare to become the stewards of our future. Today's demonstrated commitment to education cannot end with the completion of a physical structure. Our interconnected and interwoven future demands an unwavering dedication. After all, we are preparing the minds of those students that will solve the problems that they will inherit due to the ignorance of those that came before us. So together with your continued support, we will fulfill the promise to empower students and shape a brighter future. I cannot tell you enough about how wonderful Central Falls. Please come, see the kids, talk to them, and understand that an investment in them is an investment in all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Upelli. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Sabatoni from Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I also want to say, wow, I've been to quite a few school groundbreakings, and the attendance here is pretty impressive. But it happens with teamwork, and I can go back, and I'm not going to go back over what was already said on how we have gotten to this point. But it starts with leadership, and we have some of the best damn leadership here. Not only with our congressional delegation, with our governor, with our state officials, our local reps and senators. I want you to keep that in mind. See, I can say a political speech because I'm not a politician, so I can say whatever I want. There's elections that are coming up in November, so make sure you do your education, do your homework, and make sure that we vote for men and women to represent us that truly understand the impact that projects like this will have. And high schools are a symbol of a community. They're the central location where a lot of things happen in a community. And the symbol of this high school is going to show that this community is definitely on the move. And we also know that the environment that we send our young people in to learn has a dramatic impact on their outcomes, with absenteeism and just giving them the right environment so they can concentrate and learn and follow their dreams. Whether it's going to be in the state-of-the-art CTE program we're going to have in here, or linkages to our business community and our service economy, our hospitality economy, our defense economy, whether you want to go on to a 4-year college or come into the building trades as young tradesmen and women, this state-of-the-art high school will provide that vehicle. And it's not just here in Central Falls. I'm so damn proud of where the state of Rhode Island is. I heard mentioned that, yeah, we were, in 2010, the state of Rhode Island had a moratorium on school construction when our school building infrastructure was crumbling. So from where we were then to where we are today as a tradesman, that our men and women are going to build it, and I promise you it's going to look exactly like that when we're done, and it'll be done on time and under budget under a project labor agreement. Yeah, you should all be damn proud, and I'm proud to be here. So thank you. And just in closing, don't go anywhere, because the best part's going to happen when we watch non-tradespeople try and act like tradesmen and women when they grab these shovels. So get the cameras and make sure you get a good shot of this. So thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Not only not in tradespeople, but in heels. I'd now like to introduce the Board of Trustees Chair, Andrew Abramson.
Thank you, Mayor. Mike, you just stole my line. I am the last person between getting your cameras out, so I'll keep it short. But again, I want to thank the leadership of the governor and the mayor and the congressman and everyone. I've been on the board now for 7 years, and there were so many times where this project could have not gotten done. And people have exhibited just incredible leadership to make sure that it did get done. And so I want to thank everybody that made that possible. I want to give a shout out to both my current Board of Trustee members and the predecessors, Ana Cana Morales and Stephanie Gonzalez and Sonia Grace, who were just so instrumental in their leadership in making sure that this happened. And closing by thanking my colleague, the Superintendent Stephanie Downey-Toledo, who I have had the pleasure of working with for so many years, who has shown so much steadfast commitment and love, and so deserves what's happening today. On behalf of everybody here, thank you for your leadership in making sure that this gets through. And of course, Mayor, this doesn't happen without leadership from you and your amazing team. So there's a lot to celebrate. Today is a great day for Central Falls. I know you join me in thinking that the best days are ahead for the Central Falls School District, and this high school is just a symbol of that. So congratulations, and let's celebrate.
Awesome. well, that's enough of the speakers. That was a lot of speakers, right? But everybody who spoke here today played a huge role. And if it wasn't because of them, we would not be standing here today. Another huge shout out to the St. Paul City Council who supported this, who provided resolutions and helped us advocate for this. Who's ready for a shovel? Okay. If I can have the speakers, all of the speakers come up and grab a shovel. Let's do this. Yes, Sophia. You too.
Big head, so.
Order of operations here. To be here, okay, come on. Okay. Yes. You want it? You? Where's Kenny?
This was the fun.
There you go. Oh, thank you. We have extra stuff. Can I have a chopper here? 40.
Yeah, you should have.
Hey, trust me, the bird's not using this
Rory and Ann. Can we go to the
I think they're waiting to get a couple more hats out. Who's got a shovel out there?
All right, the mayor's gonna count to 3.
Okay. Yes.
Go. Come.
There's
I can't. Can you grab that?
Here, let me pass it to you.
All right.
We're gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again.
Again.
I didn't hear